Well, talented idiots. Talented idiots. That is the way the Minnesota Vikings played in their season opener versus the Cincinnati Bengals at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. I was there. I was able to see it live in person, and I'm going to give you guys my reaction, my thoughts about the game. I'm not overreacting. That's why I let it sit on me. I let it sleep on me overnight, and that's why this video is coming to you Monday morning. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the support, but here's my game review and kind of game reaction to the Vikings season opening loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. So as you guys see by the title, I called them talented idiots, and that's kind of my initial reaction to the Vikings game. I saw this team show signs of just explosiveness and greatness at certain times, and then most of the time it just looked like the Vikings, they were cocking a handgun and shooting themselves in the foot over and over again, and it was probably one of the most frustrating things to watch, especially I was there in person. Starting off with the penalty debacle. I want to get up here and I want to be like, oh, it was because they didn't have all 11 guys playing in preseason. I could take some, half-ass take and just be like, yeah, this is something they'll clean up next week. And listen, I think it will be. But this penalty thing, I get it. It's week 1, and I don't want to be like, oh, this was a very important game. How do you come out and do that? But it is. This was a huge game for the Minnesota Vikings. Not just because it's your opener and you want to start off with a win, but they just need to be self-aware enough. If they're looking at their schedule, this may have been the second easiest game on their schedule besides maybe the Lions at home. They knew what their next 3 games were, which was in Arizona, then the Browns and Seattle come to Minnesota. This just makes this instead of giving yourself some lean, like some room to kind of make a mistake, that is all washed away now with this opening kind of week 1 debacle with these penalties. And a lot of them came in the first half. But the thing that really bothered me about the penalties the most is normally when a team, especially in week 1, any week, they normally have 15 plays that they have scripted out. And yes, if some of the plays don't go well, you get off script, and that's what the Vikings had to do. The penalties, instead of them being in 2nd and 7, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, the Vikings were sitting in 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, 2nd and 17. Sometimes they're at 2nd and 28 with back-to-back false starts and holding calls. So the penalties, CJ Ham had 2 false starts. I don't think it will happen again. And honestly, the positive side of the penalty situation yesterday that we saw, they're going to be locked in this entire week in practice. Locked in the entire week in practice. So the penalty thing, I think it was just something to get out of your system. Yes, they chose a terrible time to do it. But then again, get it out of the way now. Just get it out of the way now. And this is kind of where I get into my point that they are talented. They played like, they are talented idiots, because I don't think they're idiots, but they played like talented idiots. And here's why. So the Vikings had 10 more penalties than the Bengals. They were giving themselves 3rd and longs, 3rd and 13s. I remember in the 4th quarter, one of my buddies texted me and said the Vikings averaged down on 3rd downs. Like the average length of down was like 13 yards in the 4th quarter, which is really pathetic. You're putting your quarterback in a tough position. But then with all that being said, they had a chance to win in overtime. Cousins had no timeouts, 1:40 on the clock in the regulation, and he led a game-winning field goal drive, or a game-tying field goal drive to put it in the overtime, and then they still got to stop in OT. And then Dalvin Cook, I'm not going to talk about whether he fumbled or not. I think that's irrelevant. That's just, there's no reason to speculate that. It was a fumble. They called it a fumble, so you have to take it like that. He fumbled. They should have won. Dalvin Cook holds on to that football, Greg Joseph, and we sneak out a victory in a game that we had no reason to win. That shows the talent that is on this team. That shows the resiliency, and I am proud of the way they fought back. They dug themselves a hole in Cincinnati. That place was bumping yesterday. Down 21-7. It was loud down on the field. Be able to bounce back, be able to have a clutch field goal, to be able to go through those tough games, picking up huge 4th downs on the game-winning drive with Kirk to that slant to KJ Osborne. And you look around this team, I mean, KJ Osborne's a real deal. I'll have a stock up, stock down video coming out to you guys later today. But my initial reaction was these guys are super talented. They just played like idiots. And I hate saying that, but that is the truth. Too many times, clocking that handgun, just blasting themselves in the leg over and over and over again. And then if you're looking on defensive side of the ball, because honestly, I'm okay with how the offense looked. You just need to clean up the penalties. I mean, that's about it. That's the only real game-breaking kind of analysis you need. Yes, their running game was very lame. Their running plays were very lame. It seemed a lot of halfback dive, halfback plunge down the middle. I mean, it was just very mediocre running game. Cincy did actually a really good job of taking it away, but this team is talented. You are going to get a Vikings team next weekend that is going to be pissed off, locked in, focused. Oh my God, focused this week at practice. You will probably not have, you will have nothing. Zimmer will have this team, all 53 guys, locked in the entire week at practice. They're too talented to lose to Cincinnati. The thing is, with this loss, my reaction is you can't slip up next week. You have to go to Arizona and beat a red-hot Kyler Murray right now. That is the truth. And the defense, I think they're up to the challenge for the Kyler Murray high-end, high-powered offense. My initial thoughts on the defense after watching them, Rashad Breeland, he got burnt. He got burnt a couple times today. He got beat on a lot of routes by Jamar Chase. But besides that, I was really encouraged with the defense. I thought Harrison Smith had a great game. I thought Kendricks had a great game. I thought Michael Pierce absolutely dominated. I'll get more into the defense on stock up, stock down coming to you guys later today. But the defense, I'm fine with. Joe Burrow, he made plays. The Bengals are a very sneaky offense, and that's what I was trying to kind of relay the message all week. If the Bengals are going to win this game, I said it when I was doing the breakdown of the Bengals wide receivers versus our DBs. That is their advantage, and they took advantage of it. You know, you can't give up a bomb down the sidelines when the Bengals have 40. There's 40 seconds left in the first half, and they have no timeouts. And Rashad Breeland, Jamar Chase didn't run a route. He jogged by Breeland on that last touchdown before the end of the first half. That was embarrassing. Penalties, clean up the sloppy play. This team is talented, but they played like idiots. Talented idiots. That's what we're calling them. That was my reaction after week one. Still super optimistic about this team. I think we're going to get this Vikings team coming out fired up next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Skol Vikes.